Governor Obaseki don commission the newly renovated two-story buildings for Ogida Barracks. The Deputy Governor, Right Honourable Comrade Philip Shaibu, wey represent the Governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki, tok say the reason for the bad condition for Ogida Barracks na as a result of lack of maintenance. He tok this one for the commissioning of the newly renovated two-story buildings for Mopo 5 PMF Ogida Barracks, Benin City. This na the first time since 1967 wey dem renovate this building. Obaseki wey thank the initiator of this project, Princess Rosemary Osula Nku Atu, for this ogbonge renovation, tok say this kind thing dey bring hope to the people wey benefit from am. E con still tok say if God don bless person, say e dey important to give back to the society. Obaseki wey tok say insurance for police officers dey important, con still tok say this barracks na important place to mobilize police officers.
On behalf of the government and good people of Edo State, we want to once again congratulate and thank our sister, Dr. Mrs. Rosula, for this philanthropic gesture he has done. Listening to all the testimonies of what she's been doing, and some of us are part of, and we can attest to the fact that she's one person that have decided that she will continue to give back for the rest of her life. Also, I want to charge the leadership of the barrack, our ACP Abib Rabiu, that to whom much is given, much is expected. Looking at the level of dilapidation of that structure, obviously it was as a result of lack of maintenance. Looking at the structure, you can see, I was sharing with my friend, I said this structure Sinomio, 1967, and I was not born when the structure was built. And it shows the quality of thinking in 1967 when the structure was built. So since 1967, what has happened? We are still where we are. That is a reflection of where we are now in this country. And that is why I always lament when I see people say youth is the leaders of tomorrow in Nigeria. Why they are telling us we are the leaders of tomorrow, they want to die in leadership. So when is it going to be our time now to be in leadership, when they want to die in leadership? You can see 1967, this structure was built. Since 1967, it's taken our daughter, a philanthropist, to come and renovate what was built in 1967. Not renovating the improvement on this facility. So when I talk about the quality of leadership then, they know that it's easy to mobilize our officers when they are in the barracks. So the barrack mentality is not only to have family live together, but it's also to have a police community that commune together and share and understand each other. Because it's not only when they are in active service to go and on the battleground that they should understand each other and see each other for the first time. The essence was to bring everybody together. That was the quality of thinking then. I think government have been on recess. It is time for both government and the private individual to wake up. And when you don't wake up, you cannot collect your money, Abi? Is that not what they said? Until you wake up before you can collect your money. That's what they said. So that is what we have to do. For us as a government, it also took 40 years for us to be able to complete state secretariat. Ogbumudia had it then that there is need to bring all our civil service and all our workforce in one area where ease of doing what we are now preaching now, ease of doing business, will be a lot easier. And that time, 40 years ago, Ogbumudia had that thought, and he had the state secretariat in Sapele Road. He was able to complete only 3 of the blocks. The other ones were in skeletal basis. After 40 years, it is now the government is completing a structure that started 40 years ago. So you can see, Benin Auchi Road, Benin Abuja Road is taking us 25 years to build that road. Abuja Airport Road is taking us 19 years. We are still on that road. That is the level we have reached in Nigeria. But like we say, no lamenting. Let's be forward looking. Let's reinvent. We are not reinventing the wheel, but let's build on the legacy of our forefathers. And for us, this structure has opened another chapter, not only for government, but for private individuals to come to the aid of our security agency. Our security agencies do not have two lives. The same life that God has given to us, the same heart God has given to us, is what they have given to them. So, but when they see us giving them all the care and support, they will be ready to stake everything for us. Because while you are sleeping, they are awake. Having said that, I want to once again thank our sister for this gesture, and we'll continue to pray for her to do more, and that God should continue to provide for her, and where she has done a lot of business and she's still doing, God will continue to prosper her, because I know that, and I've seen her and I know what she does. She's doing legitimate business, and by the grace of God, we continue to pray that God continue to open that course for her and give her long life in good health.
Former Inspector General of Police Solomon Arase control salutes give praises Mrs. Dr. Rosemary Osula Nkuatu for the Ogbonge project wey dem do for the police officers.
My joy is particularly full because most times when you hear about police and policing, the things you hear are negatives. People are always talking about the negatives about the police. Oh, this is what they have done. But nobody ever thinks about the welfare of these men and women who live in our parents. And I'm glad that people are beginning to realize that there is a component, there is a social component to policing in this country. And I had been an advocate even before I retired of the public police partnership in internal security management. That is the only way you can get security on the street. The police cannot do it alone. The numeric strength of the police force as it is today is not more than 500,000. And that 500,000, about 200,000 of those men are taken over by our elites. And these our elites, they don't care about the welfare of the police force. They only care about their own security. And if we now see somebody who is now deploying her hard-earned resources into doing things like this, corporate social responsibility, I think she deserves a round of applause. We are so proud of her. This is not her first intervention. She's been doing this across the length and breadth of the country. I have been following her antecedents. So when you see somebody who is broad-minded, it is not people who are rich who give. I hope people know that. It comes from the hearts. If you are somebody who is free-minded, who can empathize, who can look at other people and see how you can be of assistance to them, that is when you can dip your hands into your main resources and try to help.
GM Dantawaye, wey represent the Assistant Inspector General of Police Zone 5, AIG Lawan Jimita, talk say the newly renovated building go boost the morale and help the police people to do their work well and to tackle insecurity for Nigeria.
So borrowing the voice of the AIG Zone 5, I go on to read as such. It gives me great pleasure and honor to welcome you to the commissioning of the newly renovated two-story building accommodation at number 5 Squadron, PMF Barracks, Ogida, Benin City, executed by the Rosula Foundation, Benin City, Nigeria. It will be recalled that the newly refurbished two-story building accommodation is among the old structures within the Mopol Barracks, built since the creation of the squadron in the year 1967. The building, which housed the personnel and their families, has been of tremendous importance in providing shelter within the workspace. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is pertinent to state that a good and befitting accommodation remains one of the cardinal pillars of welfare for all members of the Nigeria Police Force. This particular renovation could not have come to at a better time than now. considering the very peculiar security challenges in the country. It will go a long way to boost the morale of the police personnel, including their immediate families. Very true. It is an established fact that a good accommodation remains very pivotal in determining the effectiveness and efficiency of the officers and men in the discharge of their constitutional responsibilities. Our esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to convey the unreserved appreciation of the force to the Sula Foundation for coming to the aid of the personnel and their families by carrying out this renovation, and equally providing a borehole to ameliorate water problems within the barrack. The philanthropic stance of the foundation is apt, unparalleled, and I am using this medium to call on all NGOs, public-spirited citizens, to emulate this good gesture by embarking on projects of similar or bigger value for the Nigeria Police Force within their localities. Lastly, on behalf of the Inspector General of Police, IGP Usman Baba Al-Kali, I wish to express my profound gratitude to the chairperson of the Rosula Foundation, Chief Dr. Princess Ariu Osula, for her patriotism, support, and assistance in enhancing the morale and well-being of the personnel of Nigeria Police, especially number 5 Squadron PMF, Benin City. This day is highly auspicious as we have all gathered here to appreciate your foundation. I would like to also leave you with this quote by Robert L. Payton, which says, "Philanthropy is an important subject of liberal education because it examines the role of good works in shaping our concepts of the good society and good life." I am more than just grateful. As I say, thank you all for coming. This is an eloquent testimony that you all value the Nigeria Police Force a lot, and we promise not to betray the confidence reposed on us.
Osula Foundation Coordinator Idaosa Ajayi come still chook mouth for some of the places where they don't get projects.
They say that police is your friend. What you are seeing today is just a manifestation and a confirmation of that action. True of us. It has been said that this event we are witnessing today started like a dream. My elder brother SP Okao is there. It has been said already. We all know and remember in this country the fallout of the NSAS matter. That event did nothing other than to bring focus and concern to the Nigerian police. Not about what the officers and men do, but about the lack of care on the part of, I don't want to place blames on the part of everybody, because it's a joint responsibility as it were. So it was that, like SP has said, told us, that of course the concern became so heightened that citizens and organizations had to look inward, one of which is the Rosula Foundation we are here celebrating. And to cut it all short, the dilapidation of this barrack before, as it has been shown, we saw it. And what we are seeing now is nothing other than to the glory of God, and we are all happy. I will like to remind us that Rosula Foundation, a non-governmental organization, was set up by our dear sister, our mother, a great philanthropist, Princess Dr. Mrs. Rosemary Osula Unku Atu, in response to her concern for humanity, because she believed in giving back. That's the reason why our foundation has set up is standing on a tripod of the humanitarian services, education, and of course empowerment. So much has been said. We have pictorial evidences of her intervention in the police community. both here and outside this state. The photographs are there on the program brochure, pages 24, 25, and so on. Speaks volumes on that. Then on the educational front, we have also told you that we're in collaboration with some universities. As I speak now, Your Excellency, sir, we have memorandum of understanding with 6 universities. Far away Uka in Benue State, Boko. We have Afe Babalola in Ado Ekiti. We have the Crescent at Abeokuta. Of course, we have our own dear Ogida University. And just of recent, Your Excellency, sir, I'd like to inform the House that we have just signed a memorandum of understanding with Wellspring University and, of course, our own Benson University. Where the foundation has supervised, the production of, they say the youths, they are the future of tomorrow. And that is why we are lending our helping hand as a coordinator. By the grace of God and the magnanimity of our founder, we have produced graduates in all spheres of human endeavor. Is it the medical field, pharmacy, law, management sciences, name it. As I speak with you, in Renovated University alone, we still have students numbering over 300. At UNCA, we have about 50. At Afe Babalola, we have 63. At Crescent University, we have about 70. And of course, we have students ready for dispatch to various institutions, because a new session has just begun. For Wellspring University, my dear sister, representing our founder, Barrister Abies Iyoha, announced to the congregation that Madam has graciously approved and granted scholarship to 50 indigent students, and likewise Benson University. These are all part of the testimonies of our desire to support humanity. It has been said here also that government cannot do it all. So we have come as an organization to show human face, to give a helping hand by way of giving back.
Right Honorable Comrade Felicia Ibu officially commissioned the newly renovated buildings for Ogida Barracks on behalf of the Edo State government. Oluwatobi Odeshola, TMC TV News. Make una remember say your PVC na your power. No go sell your votes for any politician or political party.